Student loan payments are back, and if you're thinking about buying a house, this could totally change your game plan. In this video, I'm going to share with you the big changes you need to know about student loans, how these student loan payments could affect your ability to buy a home, and finally, I'm going to walk you through some numbers. I'm Darren Tsai. I'm a licensed real estate agent and loan officer in California, and my channel is dedicated to helping you build wealth through real estate and mortgage education. So let's talk about what's going on with student loans. After a long pause during the COVID-19 pandemic, federal student loan payments were resumed in October of 2023. And the interest on the loans actually started accruing in September of 2023. And now, starting in 2025, if you have a student loan, you need to resume making payments. And those payments are going to be based on your original loan terms, unless you qualify for deferment, forbearance, or some other type of forgiveness program. And this is an official statement from the education department. They're going to start sending notices of wage garnishments up to 15% of disposable income. And they said that this is going to start sometime in the summer. This is the official statement from the actual website. There's a link below if you want to read it yourself. All borrowers in default will receive email communications from FSA over the next 2 weeks, making them aware of these developments and urging them to contact the default resolution group to make a monthly payment, enroll in an income-driven repayment plan, or sign up for loan rehabilitation. Later this summer, FSA will send required notices beginning administrative wage garnishments. And this was actually released April 21st of 2025. So now it's much riskier for you to fall behind on these payments compared to when these loan payments were paused. More than 40 million Americans currently hold federal student loans, with the total outstanding debt being over 1.6 trillion. So don't feel bad if this student loan payment is affecting you, because you are not alone. And now I'm going to share a few more big changes to student loans. The first one is that the U.S. Department of Education is giving borrowers a credit towards loan forgiveness through a special adjustment to income-driven repayment plans. They're offering a special temporary program called Fresh Start. This program would allow borrowers in default to get current on their loans without penalties. And another big change is that if you've been in repayment, deferment, or forbearance for 20 to 25 years, you may now qualify for an automatic loan forgiveness. And this adjustment is expected to be completed by July of this year. And so here are the big takeaways. First, payments are officially back, so make sure you go and check your payment plan. The second is really look into the details of the Fresh Start program. That could be a great tool for you. Third, see if you're eligible for that forgiveness. So here's a quick disclaimer. I am not a student loan expert, and I am not giving you financial advice. I'm simply sharing the news and some resources that could be helpful for you if you have student loans. I'm going to share a government website that is directly linked to student loans and how to navigate this process. There's 3 links in the description below. One of them is a simulator where you can put in numbers and it'll give you these different payments. I think that probably is going to be the most helpful. And I think the main thing to take away here is communication is going to be critical. What I mean by that is make sure you're getting the correct communications and information regarding what's changing with student loans, how to potentially lower your monthly payments or get forgiveness. And then when you're going through the process, document everything. Make sure you have all the emails between you and the forgiveness programs or the programs that you're enrolling in to lower your payments. You're going to want to have a file of everything. And last but not least, take advantage of any programs that can help you with your student loans. So now that we've actually covered the changes to student loans, I want to talk about the main purpose of this video, how these student loan payments can affect you in home buying. So to understand how these student loan payments can affect you in home buying, we need to talk about something called the debt to income ratio. When you apply for a mortgage, the lenders are going to calculate your debt to income ratio, also known as DTI. And DTI is the percentage of your gross monthly income that goes towards monthly debt payments. So if your student loans weren't counted towards your monthly debt payments in the past, and now they are, that means your DTI is going to be higher, which in turn means you can qualify for less house. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you're missing these student loan monthly payments, that could hurt your credit score. And if you have a lower credit score, that could hurt your chances of buying a home. In some cases, it could even prevent you from getting a government-backed loan like an FHA loan. Now that we've gone through how it can affect you in the home buying process, let me make it more clear with some numbers. So To break down the numbers, I'm going to go through this spreadsheet I made. It's called the Purchase Price Planner. So the main things to know with this spreadsheet is that it will only work in Google Sheets. If you want to make a copy, there's a link down below. And then you're only going to change the cells that are blue. So you're going to start in this tab, your numbers. And this is assuming that you're ready, you're thinking about buying a house and you want to run the numbers now that you have a student loan payment. And a quick disclaimer, these numbers are just for educational purposes. The numbers here aren't going to be exact. They're going to be a good estimate, but this is if you're thinking about buying a home, essentially. So you can start here with down payment. I'm just going to put 10%. Interest rate, let's just use 6.5. You can just leave these if you don't know, or you can look it up. Insurance, this is your monthly home insurance. And then here, this will be different credit. So if you have good credit, fair credit, below 700 is fair. FHA loan, VA loan. Let's just do fair credit. Let's not put HOA fees. Income tax rate. This is to help you calculate net income. And here, let's just put a $90,000 gross income. Let's say you have a car payment of $350. You don't have credit card payment. And let's say you have 0 student loans. If you have 2 borrowers, you can fill this in here. This portion would be just for a second borrower, but for right now, let's just say it's 1 borrower. Once you've filled all this out, you can go to the next page and this will tell you a maximum purchase price. And this is what the payment would be. And this gives you 5 different zones. So safe, comfortable, confident, stretch, risky. And this kind of breaks it down by the purchase price and the mortgage payment as a percentage of your net income, which would be different than gross. And down here, you can look at different risk levels and these numbers will change. So I'm going to put confident. This says that you can confidently purchase a home for $350,000. This breaks down in average cash to close. Down here, it goes through other monthly costs like maintenance and utilities, because those are things that you're going to have when you purchase a home. And then the next tab over here is affordability. Just breaks down 2 financial rules. I'm not a financial advisor. If you're thinking about buying a home, definitely talk to one before you do, just to make sure that your numbers check out and you don't become house poor. And then there's another tab. This is just showing different home offers. So 5% lower, a confident purchase price of $348. Then it goes 5%, 10%, 5% lower, 5%, 10% lower. And then you can put in your own purchase price. So if you want a $450,000 home, I'm not going to go through all the details of this spreadsheet. I have another video that breaks it down. I'll link it in the description. The main thing here is we're looking at the difference of maximum purchase price when you have student loans and when you don't. So I'm going to go back to this tab here, and this shows you kind of the summary of the max purchase price. Right now we have no student loans, but let's say your student loan payments come back and they are let's say $500 a month. And so that brings your max purchase price down to $315. So you lose, if you go back down to 0, $348, you're losing about $45,000 in purchasing power if you have $500 more a month in student loan payments. So once again, if you want to copy this spreadsheet, the link is in the description below. So this spreadsheet will let you see the difference in max purchase price with student loans and without. Then it'll give you all these different ranges. And once again, if you want a full breakdown of how this spreadsheet works, there's a video in the description that will show you step by step how to use it. So what we can take away from that breakdown of the numbers is, from a high level, if you had 0 monthly payment for student loans and now you have $500 a month, you're losing about $45,000 in purchasing power. Just a quick reminder, the numbers in this video are just for educational purposes. And once again, I'm not a student loan expert. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. I'm just sharing the news and resources I think can help you make a better decision when it comes to how student loans can affect you in home buying. Also, I shared this link previously, but the government website actually does have a loan simulator where you can input your own details, and it gives you a range of how much you could save each month on your student loan payments. So if there's anything you should take away from this video, the main thing to know is that student loan payments are back, which means that you're going to need to get educated and have a really good game plan if you still want to move forward in buying a home. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I truly hope it helped you with your situation. If you want to chat more directly about your home buying scenario, feel free to email me directly at darren@realdarrensci.com.